When I returned home from the military, my mother introduced me to the Beatitudes found in Matthew chapter 5. She said that coming into the civilian life, I would need the Beatitudes in order to be successful. I have often recalled the Beatitudes in various times of my life. This is a brief interpretation of them from my perspective. The first Beatitude is "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven," found in Matthew 5:3. This is a situation where that your relationship with God is being tested by other individuals. It can wear your spirit down and make it weak, so the Beatitudes can strengthen your spirit. We all have a personal relationship with God, and how other people interpret our relationship should not interfere with that relationship. It is a personal relationship with Him, and others should not criticize how that is being portrayed. But it happens anyways, and in that case, our spirit is often tested and brought down. The second Beatitude is "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted," and that is in Matthew 5:4. I think that this is pertaining to our general mourning situations that we often encounter in our lives. Even Jesus wept, and He too was comforted. That comfort comes in a variety of ways, and we mourn in a variety of ways as well. The third Beatitude is "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth," found in Matthew 5:5. Individuals of a smaller stature tend to be taken advantage of physically and mentally, and I feel like that those individuals tend to show the most meekness. Oftentimes, if we are of a larger build or more confident, we tend to be less meek. One definition of meekness is a controlled power, and as such is a powerful skill to have. Sometimes I believe that inheriting the earth is a literal meaning, and in doing so requires a great deal of responsibility. The fourth Beatitude is "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled," found in Matthew 5:6. I believe that righteousness comes from reading Scripture and learning from the words of Christ. We can follow His example of righteousness to a fault even, and even in doing so, we will be called self-righteous. And that is a label we have to accept, knowing that it is Christ's righteousness and not our own. The fifth Beatitude is "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy," found in Matthew 5:7. Showing mercy can be done in a variety of ways, but it should not be for gain. It should be given freely from the heart. As a believer, if you are familiar with this verse, you know that God will provide mercy for you through various means. The sixth Beatitude is "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God," found in Matthew 5:8. Purity is an act of intention. It is something to work on throughout your life, and eventually it will become part of who you are and will require less effort. We are a visual being, seeing the world around us, and in that seeing, we have opportunities to see God in those moments. The seventh Beatitude is "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God," found in Matthew 5:9. Peace is a global issue. It happens locally and on a larger scale. It also happens inwardly within us. There are many opportunities to promote peace within yourself and among others. It is an intentional act and mindset which requires effort. The eighth Beatitude is "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven," found in Matthew 5:10. We all experience persecution for a number of things, and if you are familiar with this verse, you realize that righteousness is worth defending. The ninth Beatitude is "Blessed are you when they revile you and persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad. Found in Matthew 5:11. Standing with Christ should not be taken lightly. Allow your gladness and joyfulness to overcome the persecution that you will go through while standing with Him.